You know, after watching the video that I'm about to show you, and after watching so many other feminist videos, it really made me start to think, how do feminists actually see us men? I mean, they must see them differently than average people in society see us. Well, today, that mystery is going to be solved. I present to you the all-new Feminist Mirror. Simply look into this mirror to see how a feminist sees you as a man. Now, I'm about to look into this mirror for the first time, and I'm not gonna lie, I am definitely pretty nervous. Here it goes. Holy crap, I'm a rapist! Hey everybody, Hunter Avallone here, and welcome to some more quality content. Today, I have found the worst feminist ever, and her name is Zarna Joshi, or Joshi, I don't know. Now, I know a lot of other YouTubers have talked about this already, and I do apologize that I'm a little bit late on getting to this feminist. I got a little distracted doing election videos, but even though I'm late, I still have a lot to say. So let's dive right into this. So this is Zarna Joshi, and her story begins with this horrifying event when she was sexually harassed by the evil man-pig known by criminals alike as Humongous.
You want my name?
Yeah, sure.
It's Humongous.
Okay. Humongous what? Is that sexual harassment?
No, it's Humongous.
Then why did you say that to me?
That's my name.
What? Humongous what?
Humongous what?
Humongous what? This person just sexually harassed me.
I said I'm humongous.
Yes, yeah, that's right. Humongous what?
It's humongous.
We're feminists and we're strong, independent women, but we're also so fragile that little jokes hurt our feelings. So today we're going to be watching just a few videos she has on her channel, and let's kick it off with the first one, Internalized Oppression, complete with trigger warning.
In a patriarchal society, women are supposed to quietly submit to oppression. That's their role.
Do you see how sad it would be to be a feminist? To live your entire life believing this lie that you're being held down by society, when you're so clearly not, yet a select few feminists still choose to believe that. Imagine how sad that would be. What's really funny about this whole thing, though, is that Zarna claims in a patriarchal society, which she believes she's living in, women are forced to quietly submit to oppression. Wonder how that quietly submitting thing is working out for Zarna.
I'm going to find your comments disruptive.
Women when they speak,
and
just
I'm
as you
warning
interrupt
you
me now,
that your comments
we
are
still have
disruptive.
Quietly submit to oppression.
Yeah, that's right. Humongous what?
Quietly.
You're asking me to leave after I've been sexually harassed?
Yeah, that's just an oppressed woman being forced to quietly submit to oppression.
We're supposed to accept crass jokes, innuendos.
Yeah, you kinda are supposed to accept jokes. I mean, have you ever watched a PG-13 comedy movie? You're an adult. Grow up.
Lewd gestures, physical intimidation, sexual assault, rape, and murder. Everyone knows that.
Holy crap! What world are you living in where you think you have to accept rape and murder? What, frickin' North Korea?
What a lot of people don't know is that some women who've been forced to fill this role their whole lives can feel outraged when another woman refuses to play the part. It's called internalized oppression.
Here's the issue I have with you, Zarna. Alright, it's one thing if you want to believe this load of crap. That's fine. Believe whatever you want. The problem is that you're trying to pollute the minds of other women and drag them down with you and make them also believe that they're oppressed. Newsflash. If you need to make something up like internalized oppression just to kind of prove to women that's why they don't realize they're oppressed, they're probably not oppressed, and you aren't oppressed either.
What happened to you wasn't even that bad. How dare you trivialize sexual harassment like this?
It's called internalized oppression.
No, Zarna, you frickin' dolt. It's called a guy made a joke, and you got so offended you claimed it was sexual harassment when it was not. That's literally all that happened. Women who've been truly harassed or assaulted have every right to be pissed off at you, acting like a little crybaby victim when nothing even happened, while they have to live with the memories and the scars of actual assault. So seriously, take your little victim crap and screw off. It's getting really annoying for all of us.
Of course there are men denying that I was sexually harassed. They have to deny it, because otherwise they would have to admit that they've been sexually harassing women their entire lives.
Now here's when the video starts to get really, really good. Now, by Zarna's standards, every single human being, both male and female, has probably sexually harassed someone. I mean, according to Zarna,
It's clear that most people in our society don't even know what sexual harassment means.
And here's where we get to the second video we're going to be looking at today. Zarna is going to attempt to educate us, bigoted, patriarchal, white supremacist man-pigs, on what sexual harassment really is. Only, Zarna's not doing the educating. No, she got a bunch of these cucked guys to do it for her.
Men don't get to decide what sexual harassment is.
Really? So let's say I'm walking down the street, and then this woman comes up to me and starts yelling like, "Hey boy, why don't you take your pants off," or something. And then she runs over to me and she grabs my crotch, and then she grabs my butt, and then she forces herself on me and French kisses me against my will. Is that sexual harassment? Or am I not allowed to say anything because, oh, I'm a man, better just keep me away?
Any more than white people get to decide what racism is, because patriarchy and racism are systems of power. Men and white people profit from those systems of power, even if they don't know they're perpetuating them. That's why they don't get to decide how to define them.
Alright, Grandpa, I appreciate the buzzwords, I really do, but you're completely wrong. Your point is complete and utter garbage. You say that us white men are so powerful, but apparently we're not even powerful enough or privileged enough to determine what sexual harassment is, or racism for that matter is? Really? That doesn't sound like a lot of power to me. Oh, but women, they can claim whatever the hell they want is harassment and be instantly believed and possibly ruin anyone's life. That sounds like a lot of power to me.
Commenting on how a woman looks when you don't know her, and she's not your partner, and you don't have her consent? Sexual harassment.
Bro, take a chill pill. And to address your point, I mean, commenting how? I mean, yeah, if you go up to a woman and say a sexual remark about the way she looks, that's kind of rude, but is just politely telling a girl she's pretty now sexual harassment? Let's try it. Here we go. Excuse me, ma'am. May I please have your consent to tell you that you look really pretty? But by asking her consent, I accidentally complimented her. I'm a sexual deviant!
Wolf whistling, catcalling, and Eve teasing, that's sexual harassment.
Is this guy not the biggest looking cuck you've ever seen? Well, as much as I don't like this guy, I mean, I have to agree with his point. I've said multiple times that I think whistling and catcalling is rude. I do think that could be labeled as harassment. However, it's not the same as oppression. Just make sure the feminists don't get those two things mixed up.
Crass jokes and innuendos, sexual harassment.
It's a joke. You're in the real world. Grow the hell up, please. Also, Grandpa has proven himself to be a complete and total sexist. He's basically saying that women are so fragile that they can't even handle a simple joke.
If you wouldn't say it at the workplace, it's sexual harassment. And if you're not at work and say it, it's still sexual harassment.
Well, gee, I wonder if this guy could be any more vague. Well, dude, you want to be vague? I'm going to take advantage of it. Riddle me this one, Buster. Let's say I work at a clothing store. Now, while I'm at the store, while I'm in the workplace, I definitely wouldn't say, "This store sucks!" But I would say that when I'm not in the workplace. So tell me, is that sexual harassment?
It says no when you ask her out on a date. That means no. If you continue to ask her, that's sexual harassment.
What about asking other things? Maybe not asking someone on a date. What if you, I don't know, ask somebody their name, and they answer and you don't like the answer, or they just don't answer, and then you continue to ask them over and over again. Is that sexual harassment?
Humongous what? Humongous what?
That's what it is.
Humongous what?
If you ask a woman out and she says no, and you keep contacting her, emailing her, following her online, calling her, that is stalking, and it's sexual harassment.
What about if you ask them something else, like, oh, I don't know, their name, and then when they refuse to answer, or if they do answer and give you an answer you don't like, you literally, physically follow them around?
What? Humongous what?
That is stalking.
If you say something to a woman and she doesn't like it, and you still say it, that's sexual harassment.
Hold on just a second. I thought women were helpless little babies. Guess not. Now, if you say something and she doesn't like it, regardless of what you say, it's sexual harassment. Submit to the woman.
If you say something to a woman and she tells you you're sexually harassing her,
This guy's eyebrows are sexually harassing.
and then you go find her email and email her multiple times and ask her to go to lunch with you, that's called stalking, and it's sexual harassment.
Honestly, I don't even know really how to argue this specific point. Okay, if a girl accuses you of sexual harassment, don't ask her to go out to lunch with you. Got it. It's too bad too, because I was going to be paying. Oh well, your loss.
If we have to use mental acrobatics...
Well, while we're on the topic of eyebrows, can someone please tell me, where the heck did this guy's eyebrows even go? I mean, where are they?
If you have to make a long-winded explanation about how your harmless joke was not sexual harassment, it's sexual harassment.
If you have to make a long-winded video explaining in detail what sexual harassment is, it's not sexual harassment.
Thinking that the man, who has power, is more likely to be telling the truth than the woman, who has no power, is patriarchy.
I hope a woman punches this guy in the face. Okay, so according to sexists like this guy, the women have no power. Yet just earlier we were told that only women can decide what sexual harassment is. So do women have no power, or do they have all the power in the world to decide what sexual harassment is? I don't understand anymore. I just pray the sweet release of death finds me sooner than later.
Notice how I only brought men to give this message?
Did you just assume their gender?
That's because you're patriarchal, and you won't listen any other way.
This society isn't patriarchal. And no, we listened and we thought what they said was just downright stupid. Well, there you guys have it. The worst feminist ever, Zarna Joshi. Ugh, glad that show's over. Be sure to give this video a like, comment below, and subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every Wednesday and Sunday. I'm not sure if there will be a new video out this Sunday or not. I'll keep you guys posted. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and on Twitter. I'll see you guys all later. Goodbye.